Everybody is branding Throne and Liberty as a pure PvP game, but that is not true because it's actually much more PvE game than PvP. I'm playing this game every single day since release in Korea on December 7, 2023, and in the next few minutes you will find out why is everybody wrong about this new MMORPG. Before we start, let me just say subscribe to my YouTube channel to see more of Throne and Liberty videos in the future. As you can see, I'm already here playing Throne and Liberty on servers in Korea. Like I said, from day one. I'm playing also here during a new update on the Talandra region. And what is currently happening, I have seen all over different kind of social media, people talking that this game is actually hard PvP game. It's not. Absolutely not. I will explain why, but just to let you know right away, this game is much more PvE game than PvP. Yes, there is huge amount of PvP content which you can play in this game. Nevertheless, you cannot play PvP if you don't play PvE. PvE is mandatory to play in Throne and Liberty. Let me show you how and in which way. So, you can see I'm right here in the game, right? So I can show you regarding PvP content, there is in generally lots of PvP content in this game. So you can go in massive sieges, right? Massive sieges are happening here in Stoneguard Castle. Not very often, but sometimes, yes, there is this big massive siege. There is also tax delivery system when big golem is moving from Vienta village all the way up to Stoneguard Castle, also PvP event. There is also huge amount of content dedicated to guild system. So regarding guilds, guild is very important system in Throne and Liberty. You need to join a guild, you'll reap different kind of benefits, and also there is guild versus guild PvP. It's amazing. Regarding other ways how to PvP, you have also arenas, for example. For now, only 3 versus 3 arenas. Later in the game will be added 6 versus 6 arenas and 2 versus 2 arenas. We have get that confirmed by developers of this game, NCSoft. For now, only 3 versus 3 arenas. Also, I just need to mention briefly, there are also special PvP local and regional events. That basically means that every 3 hours here on the map you can participate in different kind of local events where one part of the map is designated as PvP region. You can go over there to do PvP. Also during night over here on Saurodoma Island on this part of the map, let me show you here, PvP is possible. During night, this part of the map, this big island, is a PvP zone. And also in open world dungeons, during night, you have a PvP. There is no PK system, there is no karma system or anything like that in Throne and Liberty. However, what nobody is saying here, that you cannot play PvP if you previously didn't play PvE really a lot, because gearing up part is coming from PvE. And in endgame, that is very important to say, in endgame, when you would calculate hours, what you play in this game, PvP wise and PvE wise, you will play 90% of your time. 90% of your time you will play PvE. Only 10% of your time you will play PvP. So, is this game PvP? Absolutely not. So, what you will play in PvE actually? Why am I saying that this game is PvE? For many reasons. Now, during leveling, okay, leveling is really fast already. You'll get introduction into different kind of dungeons of Throne and Liberty. From single player dungeons like this one, Tidal Tower or Gate Infinity, currently not up here, but it will be later. And also I can show you here party dungeons. Now, regarding party dungeons, co-op dungeons, you'll get them already introduced into this system from level 20 up to 30, 40. There are different kind of dungeons in this game. PvE dungeons, co-op dungeons. They are amazing. There are different kind of levels of difficulty from 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, and also this challenge dimensional circle. Basically, all of these content are PvE dungeons, which you are doing in a party. You are playing in a party. Now, you will spend in endgame hours and hours and hours in these PvE dungeons. Why? Because not only that you are getting different kind of gear, you are getting actually really nice gear. You can check, for example, here on the right side of my screen, you're getting different kind of gear parts. But not only that, you're getting also as reward in different kind of dungeons here, you're getting, for example, runes. Runes are very important. You need to farm runes. You'll farm runes for hours and hours. So PvE content regarding dungeons in endgame, you will play most of your time, not PvP. Additional to this, we have open world dungeons of Throne and Liberty. Even on this new map, we have get 3 new open world dungeons. Recently, we have get open this Temple of Truth dungeon, and it's amazing open world dungeon. It's a pure PvE dungeon. You go inside that dungeon and you're spending these Abyss tokens. You can see here I currently have 89 out of 20,000 Abyss tokens. And when you're spending basically these Abyss tokens, you're getting different kind of gear parts. You're getting crafting materials. You're getting mastery experience for your weapon mastery. You're getting cooking materials. You can get even tier 2 gear in open world dungeon. This is open world dungeon, not a party dungeon, but you can play it with other players. So, again, PvE content, not PvP. Also, when we are talking about raids on open world bosses, yes, this game have it, lots of them. You can see here on the schedule, for example, we have 2 types of open world bosses. Some of them are PvP type of the bosses, so where PvP is possible, and some of them are PvE types of the bosses, where PvE is only possible, not PvP. Again, PvE. So this game have huge amount of PvP content. Yes, absolutely. But when we are talking about endgame in generally, when I'm looking all of these in-game systems all together looking, oh look at this whale. Look at this whale is going up. Give me a second, guys. Check this. This is looking so beautiful. Yeah, I just didn't mention that, right? This game is so beautiful, guys. If you have ever played any other MMORPG, you will notice this game is the most beautiful MMORPG ever created. Check this out. This is so good. Incredible, right? There is also big whale Gigantrite, which you can actually jump on and you can go throughout the map. This is smaller version of that whale, but still big one and looking pretty good. Anyway, back to the topic here, right? Beauty of this game is not in question, but we were talking about currently why people are wrong about this game regarding PvP. Everybody is branding this game as a PvP game. That is absolutely not true. Absolutely not true. So, in endgame, PvP is important, but you cannot play PvP if you didn't play previously PvE. And you need to play, when we are talking about hours of gameplay, in endgame. You'll spend seriously between 80%, 90% time doing PvE, maybe between 10% and 20% of the time doing PvP. And like I said, PvE is mandatory. You cannot gear up. You cannot gear up. You cannot get runes. You cannot enchant your gear. You cannot do anything. You cannot get your gear for PvP. How will you go PvP? Naked, without any gear? You cannot do any PvP if you didn't do previously PvE. PvE is mandatory. So Throne and Liberty, is it a PvP game or PvE game? It's actually both. As one real MMORPG, this game have both. Huge amount of PvP content and PvE content to play. But in endgame, like I said, you'll play much more of PvE than PvP. So don't brand this game as a PvP game, because most certainly Throne and Liberty is not a PvP game. Look at this whale. I can't stop looking this whale. This is looking so good, right? And also my character. Check this out. So for today's video, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, to clearly explain that we were wrong about Throne and Liberty. This game is not a PvP game. This game is much more PvE game, but for the sake of the video, absolutely, and in general, I can tell you, I can confirm to you that as one real MMORPG, this game have both of the content. You can pick whatever you want to play, but in general, yes, if you want to play PvP, you will need to play also PvE. Can you play only PvE without PvP? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Nevertheless, in endgame, of course, if you will join guild, you will enjoy in guild versus guild kind of content, guild versus guild PvP, guild raids also, massive sieges, tax delivery system, arenas. But like I said, you can't play PvP without playing PvE. And in endgame, you'll play like only 10% of your time PvP. Most of the time, you will play PvE. So, Yeah, I hope I have made this clear. So thank you for watching the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Twitch, and see you soon with another Throne and Liberty video. Look at this whale, this is looking so good, right? Check this out. See you soon with another Throne and Liberty video.